You've given back quite a bit through the game. You've been involved, served on the board. I think it was president of the Junior Golf Foundation at one point. Let me see what else. Now, work with the Boys and Girls Club. A little bit about the outreach, community outreach programs through golf that you've been involved in over the years.
Well, I started an organization called the AT&T Pebble Beach Junior Golf Association, and we have over 2,000 kids that participate on a year-round basis. Because when I first started with this, it was, there was 2 weeks in the summer and that's it. And then the kids had nothing else to do. So I said, let's do something year-round. And I found some people in the community that were really excited about doing that, and it's been 20 years now, and it provided almost $750,000 in scholarships and clubs for kids, and kids are going to college because of what we help them go to college. Did some things with the Boys and Girls Club, and also did some things with the Salvation Army to be able to get kids involved that necessarily wouldn't have that opportunity.
California Alliance for Golf. It's got a nickname called CAG, C-A-G. A little bit about the organization. It's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, I've been working intently with that for a year and a half now, and it's just really trying to get everybody to come together for a common good, to really unify our industry in a way that we've never really been unified before. We've never really had representation in Sacramento on a real in-depth level, and we've just made some great strides in a short amount of time in that regard.
Now, I understand that organization brings everybody together. You got superintendents, owners, managers, NCGA, SCGA are big supporters, golf companies, golf management companies. It really takes the efforts of all of them to be able to keep an eye on how to protect resources. Is that what this is all about?
Yeah, I think not only resources, but just to be a steward of the game. Whether it's business issues like the tax or the impending drought issues with water. I think there's a number of things we could do. We haven't really got into tourism, and that's a big important part of California golf. So it's just real important to try to have everybody that has some aspect of golf be involved, whether it's businesses, tourism, real estate. So there's a lot of things we haven't really tapped, and we're looking forward to really expanding our reaches.
When people think of golf, they think of recreation, but how about employment? You talked about tourism, but how about employment opportunities for people and the types of jobs the industry provides?
Well, I think the recent economic study that was performed from 2006 data showed that we have 160,000 jobs that are directly related to the golf industry, which is pretty impressive, And so with all those people's incomes and...
now that's just in the state of California.
Yeah, state of California. So we're one of the largest states that has this economic study done, and the biggest impact probably in the nation as far as total economic value to the state.
Now, the study, I understand, was conducted by Stanford Research Institute, a very reputable firm.
Yeah, and we were really pleased with the information they presented. The charitable giving, the wages, the income, the direct benefits. So there were a lot of good, important pieces that we could pull out from that.
So it sounds like everybody was so busy working at the facilities, they really hadn't taken time to gather the data. And you being a researcher, you understand the importance of that.
Oh, certainly. I think that helps sell your message. When if you go to Sacramento and you tell people, hey, we have 160,000 people that are probably voters that are employed by our industry, and just to really galvanize everybody together and say, hey, our industry is important, and we do have an important role in the state.
Shifting gears a little bit, the NCGA Foundation is an unbelievable arm of the NCGA. A little bit about what you folks have been doing through that and how people can get involved.
Sure. Adam Hike is the executive director of the foundation, and they've done a tremendous job. They really have grown the foundation to really just reach out and to get more people involved. The Youth on Course program that they developed, they had like 11,000 kids that were signed up for that. They reached out to the golf courses, and I think they had almost 30,000 rounds that they helped support, $120,000 in range, reimbursement for range balls. So just a tremendous impact of really going out and trying to reach the youth in Northern California to get them encouraged and hooked on golf.
Some web addresses to share with some people. We've got a couple. How about a little bit those who are interested in learning more about the Alliance and those who want to know more about the NCGA?
Sure. I think for their NCGA, they could go to www.ncga.org. California Alliance for Golf has its own website, www.cagolf.org, and then they also have the forcalifornia.com website, F-O-R-E, California.com, and then the NCGA Foundation has a website, youthoncourse.org.
Golf and the environment, they go hand in hand. Let's talk to some of the experts right now. Well, golf course superintendent, certified golf course superintendent, I should say, Ray. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Pebble Beach, some of the finest courses in the world. You've been in the golf business. I'd like your view about what it's like to maintain facilities such as these.
Well, you have to compliment the superintendents and all the management that's involved with the maintenance of these courses, especially after the conversion they went through a few years ago to reclaim water. So one of the challenges in our industry is to adopt environmental practices that make sense, that work towards the same goals that our communities are working for, and still produce the best possible conditions that we can. And sometimes compromises have to be made in roughs and other places, but again, they demonstrate here, and I think we do at our courses, that you can have very high standards for environmental management and produce very good golf course conditions that meet the needs of our demanding customers.
The golf courses in the Del Monte Forest have been using recycled water for over 14 years. It's very important because the local water supplies are very limited. And so reusing this resource has been very beneficial to the golf industry as well as the local economy.
Ray, your organization, CourseGo, has been deeply concerned about the environment and has demonstrated it, obviously, through your work. And many awards have been actually granted, but you've also have some tie-ins with the Audubon.
Yes, we feel strongly that the Audubon program is a good program for golf and a good program for the ability to project the good works that are being done by golf courses and golf course superintendents in the country. Golf course superintendents have always felt that they were with the environmentalists and the protectors of that land out there. And their primary goal is to meet the needs of their customer, but they're also very strongly attached emotionally to the golf course itself, to the wildlife. And they're the ones that are there in the morning and see most of the wildlife and are emotional about that. And their care over the years has led to the environmental movement within golf, which has kind of been spearheaded by the Audubon International Program, which gives us an opportunity to showcase the good things that are being done. And some superintendents have a very strong opinion about their efforts and don't feel the need to be rewarded for them. And so some have shied away from it with regards to that. But others have embraced it with the belief that the more we can tell our story and share the truisms about our views and the fact that we are indeed the environmentalists in the business, that we're doing a good job there as well. And this program allows us to show how that's done from a number of different aspects that are concerns for golf courses, which is the use of water and how we reduce that and conserve it, how we protect the groundwater, how we use as little fertilizers and other chemicals as necessary to provide for those conditions, and at the same time provide more and more habitat for wildlife. And we find that we actually have more wildlife on the golf courses than we have in the surrounding areas. So we've actually benefited the environment, and then partly to tell our story, to make sure that people know the good things that are going on. And that the program provides best management practices that they want us to adopt, and then they ask us to make sure that we share our stories.
The Golf Course Superintendents Association has had a program called Ballmark Repair Education. A little bit about that program and how that's helping keep golf courses in excellent condition.
Well, as you know, being a golfer yourself, the greens are where it's at. If your greens are bumpy or overused due to ball mark usage and wear and tear from unrepaired ball marks, it's hard to keep an otherwise great golf course looking perfect. So the ball mark repair tool program has been essential for us to educate the players as to the detriments of not fixing ball marks, but also the benefits of fixing ball marks properly and with the right tools.